Hi guys, so we're going to take our notes using our YouTube channel right now, and what we're going to start talking about is multiplying and dividing. So remember when we multiply, it was really just multiple addition. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, we would really be able to write this as 4 times 3. Like 3 times 2, we could express this as writing 3 plus 3 or 2 plus 2 plus 2. Remember the good old days of that? So we're going to kind of keep with that, but we're going to talk about integers. So instead of doing negative 4 plus negative 4 plus negative 4, we could really write this as negative 4 times 3. Because I have negative 4 3 times. And if we add that, negative 4 plus negative 4 equals negative 8. Negative 8 plus negative 4 equals negative 12. So I have different signs and I got a negative. Let's think about this. If we have negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3, we do negative 3 times 3, and we would have negative 9. So there are rules for multiplying and dividing integers, and what I love most about it is because they are the same. So we're going to start our notes. Okay, so we're going to start on your pink sheet. So the product of two integers with the same sign is going to be positive. The product of two integers with different sign, the answer will be negative. So a positive times a positive will be a positive. A negative times a negative will be a negative. Positive times a negative will be a this should be positive. Positive times a negative should be a negative, and a negative times a positive will be a negative. So we want to find each product. So negative 2 times negative 10. So what it really looks like if we wanted to write that out to see why it's going to be a positive answer. So I'm going to take negative 10, and I'm going to add it 2 times. But remember, this negative sign means to do the opposite. So what's the opposite of negative 10? Positive 10. And 10 plus 10 is 20. So here we're going to do the next. We're going to do 16 times 8, negative 8, and we're going to get negative 128 because I'm going to write 16 out. Oh, well, I'm not going to write it 8 times, but we could write, and then we're going to do the opposite because the opposite of positive 16 would be negative 16. Negative 30 times positive 4 would be negative 120. The quotient of two integers with the blank sign is positive with the same sign. And the quotient of two integers with the opposite will be a negative. So a positive and a positive will be a positive. Negative and a negative will be a positive. Positive and negative, negative. Negative and positive, negative. So 50 broken up into 5 groups would be 10, but I have to do the opposite, so negative. Negative 12 broken up into 3 opposite groups. So negative 12 divided by 3 would be negative 4, but I have to do the opposite, so positive 4. Next one, we want to do 135, negative 135 divided by 5. So negative 135 broken up into 5 equal groups will be negative 27. Over here, there's what I want you to do is I want you to give your best shot at trying these by yourself. Hit pause and try them, and then come back and see if you can work on them. So we're going to do 28 times 4. It's going to be 112, but we have different signs, so negative. 82, negative 82 times negative 9 is going to be 738 because two negatives make a positive. 12 times 7 is going to be 84, and it'll be negative because we're opposites. 270 divided by 15 is going to be 18, and it will be negative. Negative 360 divided by negative 60 is going to be positive 6 because two negatives make a positive. Negative 23 times 4 is going to be 92. And then we have to evaluate. Oh, this looks long. So negative 240 divided by 30 is going to be positive 8. And then positive 8 times negative 8 will be negative 64. Next one, we want to multiply first. So negative 32 times negative 8 would be 256 divided by negative 4, and we're going to have negative 64. Now I'm going to show you one other trick that I like to do. So you're going to flip over to your back page, next page after your green sheet, and we're going to draw my favorite person, and it's called Sleepy Man. So Sleepy Man is a circle, and we're going to cut him into thirds. And he's sleeping with his eyes closed, and that's his positive mouth. He's snoring with his mouth kind of open. So basically what we're going to try negative 4 times negative 4. So do you see how we have two negatives? I put my finger over the two negatives, and what am I left with as my answer? A positive. So I know my answer is going to be positive 16. If I have negative 3 times positive 2, I have a negative, so I'm going to cover that with my hand. I have a positive, so I know what's left over is negative. We can do negative 50 divided by negative 10. Two negatives, left with a positive. And again, we can do like 49 divided by negative 7, positive, covering them with my negative, and we're left with a negative. And 49 divided by 7 is 7. So I like to do first my operations and then go back and do the math part. And again, the reason why I don't have another plus sign up here because a positive times a positive is positive, and you've been doing that since 4th grade probably. All right, next what I want you to do is there's a quiz below this, and I want you to try the best. It's not a quiz, but it's just so I can see how we're doing. All right, thank you so much.